Historically, maritime safety relied on a rigid foundation of engineering and technical proficiency. Navigation, marine mechanics, and cargo handling formed the complete bedrock of professional education. But global shipping has changed. Modern vessels operate with complex automation, extended voyage durations, and diverse, multinational crews. These factors expose the limits of a purely technical approach to safety. Despite all of our advanced technology, human error still remains the primary precipitating factor in the vast majority of modern marine casualties. A modern vessel is a socio-technical system, a complex environment where technical hardware and human behavior are inextricably linked. In high-stress shipboard climates, technical skills fail if crews lack the psychological competencies to execute them. To address this, the 2026 amendments to the STCW regulations mandate comprehensive training in personal safety, social responsibilities, and the human element. To understand modern maritime command, we must deconstruct it, from the neurobiology of stress and the mechanics of cultural intelligence to the implementation of a rigorous just culture. Mastering these psychological and sociological frameworks is no longer an optional initiative. It is a mandatory operational requirement to keep a modern vessel afloat. Regulatory frameworks like bridge resource management operate on the premise that command is a collective endeavor. Effectively running a bridge requires a specific set of psychological connective tissue to function. Industry best practices mandate 10 core soft skills. These competencies, ranging from assertiveness to team consideration, are rigorously evaluated. This includes situational awareness, the cognitive capacity to perceive, comprehend, and project environmental conditions. A lapse in this awareness, frequently caused by extreme fatigue or distraction, is the leading precursor to catastrophic groundings and collisions. When a primary officer's situational awareness degrades, secondary safety nets like teamwork and assertiveness step in. These skills empower junior officers to highlight errors before they result in a casualty. These 10 skills function as procedural safety mechanisms. They allow a disparate crew to function as a high-reliability unit, even under extreme pressure. These soft skills do not operate in a vacuum. If the overarching shipboard organizational culture is toxic, these competencies rapidly degrade. In the onion model of culture, the outer layer is visible artifacts. The middle holds espoused values, like safety policies. The deepest layer contains unconscious assumptions of how things really get done. These subvert policies if culture actually rewards speed over maintenance. Globalization has made this cultural layer more complex. Modern crews are multinational, bringing diverse social norms into a single confined space. Navigating this requires cultural intelligence, or CQ, the capability to adapt to distinct cultural expectations to prevent operational misunderstandings. To analyze these differences, maritime leaders use the globe cultural dimensions to understand the varied backgrounds of their crew. Expectations vary by region. An Anglo crew generally requires a participative leader, while a Confucian Asian crew often expects the leader to make independent decisions while maintaining group loyalty. A critical factor is power distance. In cultures where this is high, authority is heavily stratified, and questioning a superior's potentially fatal mistake can be considered a cultural taboo. Without cultural intelligence, a crew fragments. They become susceptible to ethnocentrism, where one group assumes their norms are superior, drastically increasing communication failures. During a crisis, a captain's ability to utilize soft skills is physically governed by neurobiology rather than just willpower. Under extreme operational pressure, the human brain can execute a rapid shift. Control moves from the executive functions of the cerebral cortex down to the reactive limbic system. This shift can trigger a biological freeze response, paralyzing the complex decision-making required to save the ship. This matrix plots testosterone against the stress hormone, cortisol. The ideal state, high testosterone, low cortisol, keeps a commander calm. Low testosterone with high cortisol causes anxious paralysis. High levels of both trigger toxic aggression, blinding the commander to logic. This state is contagious. Because of mirror neurons, a leader's visible panic or aggression biologically infects the neurology of the surrounding crew. Effective maritime leadership is an exercise in biological regulation. If a commander cannot manage their own cortisol levels, they cannot manage their vessel. Toxic leadership creates psychological unsafety, an environment where crew members fear reporting errors or challenging unsafe directives. This fear breeds slackness, a deliberate withdrawal of effort that leads to severe negligence during watchkeeping. The 2015 grounding of the passenger vessel Hamburg illustrates this pathology. During the approach to a buoy, a junior cadet plotted an accurate navigational fix showing the vessel was in extreme peril. However, the bridge culture was defined by a steep hierarchical power distance. Because of toxic intimidation, the cadet chose to silently erase the correct fix, rather than speak up and challenge the officer of the watch. This is why the 2026 STCW amendments classify bullying and harassment as critical safety hazards. They are direct threats to operational integrity. Toxic hierarchy destroys the situational awareness of the entire vessel, creating a clear path toward a marine casualty. To prevent these failures, the industry is moving away from the blame culture that terrifies crews into hiding mistakes. The solution is a just culture. This system treats honest, cognitive errors as learning opportunities while maintaining strict accountability for deliberate recklessness. In a just culture, seafarers feel safe submitting near-miss reports. This allows the organization to identify and fix system weaknesses before they cascade into a disaster. Robust diversity and inclusion training establishes the fairness and respect required for these reporting protocols to function. A just culture provides the operational framework necessary to intercept failures in time, preventing devastating casualties like the Costco Blouson. Effective command is a cumulative process of influence. To reach what is known as pinnacle leadership, a commander must operate beyond their formal rank, earning absolute respect through their character and ethical standards. This type of leader dynamically synthesizes cultural intelligence, neurobiological regulation, and core soft skills to build a resilient, high-reliability team. Mastery of human empathy and psychological safety provides the final safeguard for the vessel. These competencies guarantee the future of the maritime industry.